"Wake up, Shiva," whispered Sati tenderly, her hair falling over his face, teasing his cheeks. "Careful now," murmured Sati softly as Shiva looked at her longingly. "Nandi, Kritika, and Veerbhadra are waiting at the door. They have something important to tell you." "Hmm?" growled Shiva as he walked towards the door and glared at the trio. "What is it, Nandi? Isn't there someone beautiful in your life that you would like to bother at this hour instead of troubling me?" "There's nobody like you, my lord," said Nandi with a low bow and a chaste namaste. "Nandi, you better stop this nonsense or you're going to remain a bachelor all your life," joked Shiva. As everybody laughed out loud, Kritika remained anxious about the task at hand. "Well, what did you want to talk about?" asked Shiva. Nandi nudged Veerbhadra roughly. Shiva turned to Veerbhadra with a quizzical look. "Bhadra, since when do you need the support of so many people to speak to me?" asked Shiva. "Shiva," murmured Veerbhadra nervously. "Yes?" "It's like this." "It's like what?" "Well, you see—" "I am seeing Bhadra." "Shiva, please don't make him more nervous than he is," said Sati. Looking towards Veerbhadra, she continued. "Veerbhadra, speak fearlessly. You haven't done anything wrong." "Shiva," whispered Veerbhadra timidly, his cheeks the color of beetroot, "I need your permission." "Permission granted," said Shiva, amused by now. "Whatever it is that you want it for." "Actually, I'm considering getting married." "A capital idea," said Shiva. "Now all you have to do is convince some blind woman to marry you." "Shiva," reprimanded Sati gently. "Well, I have already found a woman," said Veerbhadra before his courage could desert him, "and she's not blind." "Not blind?" exclaimed Shiva, his eyebrows humorously arched in wide disbelief. "Then is she stupid enough to tie herself for the next 7 births to a man who wants someone else to determine his marriage?" Veerbhadra gazed at Shiva with an odd mixture of embarrassment, contrition, and incomprehension. "I have told you before, Bhadra," said Shiva, "there are many customs of our tribe that I don't like, and one of the primary ones amongst them is that the leader has to approve the bride of any tribesman. Don't you remember how we made fun of this ridiculous tradition as children?" Veerbhadra glanced at Shiva and immediately down again, still unsure. "For God's sake, man, if you're happy with her, then I'm happy for you," said an exasperated Shiva. "You have my permission." Veerbhadra looked up in surprised ecstasy as Nandi nudged him again. Kritika looked at Veerbhadra as a long-held breath escaped with massive relief. She turned to Sati and silently mouthed the words, "Thank you." Shiva walked towards Kritika and hugged her warmly. A startled Kritika held back for an instant. Before the warmth of the Nilkant conquered her Suryavanshi reserve, she returned the embrace. "Welcome to the tribe," whispered Shiva. "We are quite mad, but at heart we are good people." "But how did you know?" said Veerbhadra. "I never told you that I loved her." "I'm not blind, Bhadra," smiled Shiva. "Thank you," said Kritika to Shiva. "Thank you for accepting me." Shiva stepped back and said, "No, thank you. I was always concerned about Bhadra. He is a good, dependable man, but too simple-minded about women. I was worried about how married life would treat him. But there is no reason to worry any more.